He takes it on. What a class in passing.
Scotland moves it quickly through the midfield. He takes the shot from distance. Brilliant play down the right. What a cross into the box. He scored!
Right. Let us get one thing straight before we even begin. This was not supposed to be a story. Brazil versus Haiti. On paper, this was a mismatch, a 5-time World Cup champion against a nation that had never won a single game at this tournament. A squad dripping with Premier League and Champions League regulars against a Haitian side that had barely scraped through qualifying. The bookmakers weren't interested, the pundits weren't sweating, and most of the football world had already mentally penciled Brazil into the next round. But here's the thing about football, and here's the thing about the FIFA World Cup in particular. The moment you stop paying attention is the exact moment this game reaches into your chest and twists. And on the night of June 19th, 2026, at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Brazil versus Haiti delivered something nobody quite expected. Not the scoreline, not the manner, and absolutely not the man who stole the entire show. Let us set the scene. Group C, Matchday 2. Brazil had already played Morocco in their opener, a result that left a sour taste, a dropped point, a shadow of uncertainty hanging over the most storied football nation on the planet. Haiti, on the other hand, came into this match having been eliminated from World Cup contention earlier, already out of the running, nothing to lose, everything to prove, and there is nothing more dangerous in football than a team with nothing to lose. Haiti set up in a 5-4-1 formation, 5 defenders, a wall, a fortress, telling Brazil, with every single line of their structure, you want to win tonight, you are going to have to earn it. And Brazil, let me tell you, took a long time to figure that out. The first 20 minutes of this match were uncomfortable. Brazil circled Haiti's defensive block the way you circle a door that refuses to open, pushing here, probing there, and finding nothing but resistance. Vinicius Jr. was bright, yes. He flickered and darted and pulled defenders toward him. Rodrigo linked and moved, but Haiti held their shape with a discipline that was genuinely impressive. The Philadelphia crowd was feeling it. 60-odd thousand people who came expecting a spectacle were starting to feel the tension of a match that was threatening to stay goalless for far too long. And then, minute 23, everything changed. Matheus Cunha. Say that name again. Matheus Cunha. If you are a West Ham United fan, you have seen what this man can do in the Premier League. The audacity, the instinct, the sheer footballing intelligence. But a World Cup stage is something else entirely. And on this night, Cunha did not wait for the game to come to him. He made a diagonal run from the left channel into the penalty box, and when the ball arrived at his feet in a scramble, defenders around him, goalkeeper set. He did not blast it, he did not overhit it, he simply prodded it. Low, firm, into the corner. A scrappy opener? Absolutely. A World Cup goal? 100%. Brazil won, Haiti 0, and Lincoln Financial Field erupted. But here is what made that goal electric, beyond the goal itself. It was the signal, it was the release valve. Because the next 13 minutes of this football match were some of the most one-sided, most relentless, most genuinely exhilarating football Brazil had played since this tournament began. Minute 36, Matheus Cunha again. And this one was not scrappy. This one was not fortunate. This one was a statement. Cunha received the ball at the edge of the penalty area, took one touch to set himself, and unleashed a finish that had no business being as composed as it was. The ball flew. The goalkeeper did not move. 2-0 to Brazil, and Matheus Cunha, a man who replaced Igor Thiago in the starting 11, a man who some people questioned as a starter, had a brace at the World Cup. 2 goals, 36 minutes. The roar that came out of that Philadelphia stadium when that second goal went in, you could feel it, because this was not just Brazil winning. This was Brazil answering a question about their form, about their hunger, about whether this team under Carlo Ancelotti had the teeth to compete when the knockout rounds arrive. But wait, do not go anywhere, because the story of the first half had one more chapter. And it was written by a man who does not need an introduction, but who is going to get one anyway, because he earned it on this night. Minute 45, +3, deep into first half stoppage time. Vinicius Jr., Vini Jr., the Real Madrid superstar, the man who has been the most dangerous wide attacker on the planet for the last 3 years, found himself one-on-one with the Haitian goalkeeper. Now, you've seen Vini in these moments. You've watched him in Champions League nights under the lights of the Bernabeu. You know what he can do, and yet there is something about a World Cup, something about the weight of a nation on your back, the gold of the Seleção on your chest, that makes even the greatest players human. Some freeze, some rush. Vinicius Jr. did neither. He waited. He let the goalkeeper commit, and then he finished with a composure that was almost arrogant in its simplicity. 3-0, halftime. Brazil walking off the pitch at Lincoln Financial Field, having been, for 30 minutes of that first half, absolutely untouchable. Now let us talk about Haiti at halftime, because this is important, because the story of this match is not just Brazil's performance, it is also Haiti's courage. Haiti's manager made a tactical shift at halftime, switching from that 5-4-1 to a 4-4-2. 2 strikers now, more attacking intent. A message to every Haitian watching at home, to every Caribbean football fan around the world. We are not here to just survive, we are here to play. And for large stretches of the second half, Haiti did exactly that. They created chances, they put the Brazilian goalkeeper under pressure. They won corners, they won free kicks, they pressed high, they competed. The final scoreline says 3-0. The statistics tell a more complex story. Haiti had 7 attempts at goal in this match. 3 of those were on target. For a nation playing in only their second World Cup in history, against a Brazilian side that had been building pressure all evening, that number is remarkable. But here is where Brazil's second half performance becomes the talking point that needs to be addressed honestly, and not just celebrated. Once Brazil went 3-0 up, they took their collective foot off the pedal, completely. The urgency that had defined that blistering first half spell disappeared. Ancelotti's men were comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Haiti threatened, Brazil responded casually. The crowd felt it, a shift in energy, a loosening of intensity. And while the scoreline never changed, the feeling inside that stadium changed. Because a team that is preparing for the knockout stages of a World Cup cannot afford to switch off. Not for 45 minutes, not for 10 minutes, not for 1 minute. The teams that win this tournament, and Brazil know this better than anyone, are the teams that are relentless from first whistle to last. And in that second half, Brazil were not relentless, they were comfortable. And there is a very significant difference. Let us zoom out, because what does this result actually mean in the context of Group C? Brazil moved to the top of the group on goal difference. Morocco sit alongside them after a 1-0 win over Scotland. Brazil and Morocco will face each other in the final match day, and that match could very well decide who tops the group, and more importantly, who they face in the round of 16. That is the match Ancelotti's squad needs to be building toward right now. That is the challenge that will truly define whether Brazil are genuine contenders or simply a very good team that is yet to be tested. And if we are talking about tests, let us talk about Matheus Cunha for a final moment. Because in a tournament that had already given us Lionel Messi hat-tricks and Vinicius Jr. brilliance and Jonathan David moments, Matheus Cunha walked into Lincoln Financial Field on a Thursday night in June and quietly, devastatingly, professionally announced himself as one of the most important players in this Brazilian squad. A brace at a World Cup is not nothing. A brace in a match where Brazil needed answers, where the pressure of expectation was heavy, where the game threatened to be frustrating. That is something significant. Watch this man as the tournament progresses. Because if Brazil go all the way in 2026, the story of Matheus Cunha against Haiti will be the moment they point to. The moment the engine caught, the moment the Seleção found their spark. Brazil 3, Haiti 0. Group C Matchday 2. Philadelphia, June 19th, 2026. A night that was supposed to be straightforward and instead became the kind of match that reminds you every single time why this is the greatest tournament on earth.